Kavanaugh says he was a virgin in high school, and I'm sure, in his mind, this is saying he was naive or that he wasn't sexual in nature, but subconsciously, this is the toxic masculinity at play. He's saying back then he couldn't have assaulted her. He wasn't man enough. That was a Georgia professor's hot take on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. You just can't win with these people. Let's take a look. So that woke take, claiming that Kavanaugh saying he was a virgin somehow suggests that he wasn't man enough to commit sexual assault, came from Georgia Southern University professor Jared Yates Sexton, who, shocker, also covers politics for Salon. Think about the mental gymnastics it takes to reach that kind of conclusion. Jared also said Kavanaugh has to go, pull back the nomination and name some other right-wing creep obsessed with overturning Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade, you know, the abortion decision with which presumably only half of women agree. I mean, the latest Gallup figures show that men support abortion in some situations at a higher percentage than do women. But Jared wasn't the only professor tweeting words of wisdom. Georgetown professor Christine Fair slammed male pro-Kavanaugh senators, or maybe male commenters supporting the nominee, saying, "Look at this course of entitled white men justifying a serial rapist's arrogated entitlement. All of them deserve miserable deaths, while feminists laugh as they take their last gasps. Bonus, we castrate their corpses and feed them to swine? Yes." And when discussing Kavanaugh's friend, Mark Judge, whom Christine Ford said was present when the Supreme Court nominee allegedly assaulted her, Fair said his rapey ass needs to be subpoenaed. I hope the Vichy GOP realizes how completely not normal this looks for a non-rapey person to refuse to testify about a rape attempt that was never attempted. Hashtag not fucking normal, hashtag what is he hiding. Now, in case you couldn't tell from the baseless smears coming out of her potty mouth, Christine isn't the most normal person herself, and one look at her Twitter profile and banner shows that she certainly isn't hiding anything. Then, of course, there was Rutgers professor Brittany Cooper, who said Kavanaugh was being a total jerk, characterized his very passionate testimony Thursday as a whole meltdown, and yes, accused him of that dreaded mansplaining. Because the expression, just to let you know, isn't a colloquialism or anything, but actually a swipe at Feinstein for not having XY chromosomes, don't you know? And oh Canada, don't think I'm leaving you out of this. University of New Brunswick professor Matthew Sears said, "For those who argue that the Kavanaughs of the world deserve due process, consider that the whole point is that they have always benefited from the due process that they themselves create and perpetuate for their own benefit, while excluding others from that process." It'll come as no surprise that Sears doesn't seem to have elaborated on when exactly Kavanaugh has denied others due process. Sears finished with this gem. In the US, believing women and caring whether or not one of the most powerful people in the country might be a sexual predator is a partisan issue, which tells you a whole hell of a lot. Finally, Matthew gets something right. Yes, uncritically listening and believing has become a partisan issue. For Campus Unmasked, I'm Rob Shimshock. If you like this video and support our mission, please make sure to comment and subscribe. If something happens on your campus and you'd like us to investigate, send us details using the form on campusunmasked.com.